Hello and welcome to Werebadger Studio. Starting a project I've been meaning to get to for a long time. This particular piece of styrofoam probably been sitting around for a solid 10 years now, but let's make it a proper dwarven mine. So the first thing I wanted to do was to take the shapes within it that look somewhat natural already and add in that artificial, that worked stone bit. So for that, and we're going to carve ourselves a mine shaft and a hole in the bottom as a kind of cave alternative entrance. After all, I do intend this to be a playable piece for various skirmish war games. So we're going to fall back on the ever-reliable sculpting mold for a majority of the texture on the flat areas, and give us a nice base, cover up some of that artificial shaping. Then I considered the vertical, and for this I decided to cut off chunks of foam and just start gluing and adhering them to styrofoam itself and then just integrating them with my finger. The idea behind this being that this is an abandoned or rarely used entrance. So here, moved ahead with a lot more of the facade. I've added more chunks, and these are just getting glued in to position on the vertical side of things, while the sculpting mold works on the horizontal. So these are just chunks of PS foam that's been textured, roughed up a little bit, hitting it with a foil ball for a bit and a knife and just tearing off some odd corners gives you some interesting shapes. And we'll eventually come back with some more sculpting mold later on and kind of clean up the areas in between and really integrate the entire thing into one. Serve as a base. So we're going to start to lay in some interesting pieces for some later additions, mostly a waterfall. In a lot of ways, this is more like building a base than it is building a completed piece of terrain. Ground, different types of grounds, also some basil, some dried basil leaves. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's easy to get a large amount if you're a coffee drinker, and it makes an excellent ground cover. So just remember to hit all those flat areas. A lot of excess is always good. Part of this piece is the L-shaped issue, which we'll explore this later with the expansions I have planned for it to make it a proper gaming piece. So the entire piece is highlighted, is based in black. And then we're going to go with just a brown to brown up the what will eventually become the base of the water feature that we'll add in another video. Alright, so as we were deciding colors, I decided to go with a gray. With a series of grays, working my way up to white. I'm just going to hit these things with the exposed stone with a dry brush. Avoiding the horizontal layers that are primarily the coffee grounds. Just really want to get that nice stone texture laid in. As you can see, this method with the sculpting mold and the bits of XPS foam really takes color extraordinarily well. We're just going to keep going back and forth, adding more grays, working my way up from gray to whites, to tans. So there you can see kind of what we're going for in the basic color scheme. Then we'll go back and hit those horizontal layers a little bit later with some more color. Alright, so here we are a bit later adding in some more colors. The ground coverings have been given a quick coats of browns and greens, and now we're just going to start working in various other colors. Mostly lighter shades of gray, whites, and tans to really highlight that rock. And then we're going to go in with an array of washes to kind of pull all of our colors back together and give it that natural stonework. Now what really pulls this picture together, and really helps to sell it is adding blues and purples into the deeper recesses of the rock. Along with browns and black washes, you end up with an excellent looking kind of blue-gray granite. There we have it. That is the base of this piece completed. I love the blue-gray granite coloration, the combination of XPS foam, the coffee grounds, and the sculpted mold and the textures it creates. It's not quite done. We'll need to go in with some more bits and pieces, but hey, stay tuned for that, and we'll get to that shortly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this piece, why not like, share it, subscribe, leave a comment even. Or don't, you know. It's your life. I'm not going to tell you how to live it.